Hi guys, many of you might have already seen the video in which I constructed this 12 volts 500 farad supercapacitor battery pack. Although a few tests were left, so in this video I'm going to do that, and one of the most important tests is starting a car with this supercapacitor pack. Now guys, I haven't charged this for many months, so the first thing I'm going to do is check the voltage if it is still holding some voltage, which will indicate that it is much better than any normal usual capacitor pack like an electrolytic capacitor pack. Positive to positive, negative to negative, and as you can see it is showing only 4 volts DC that is still left in this capacitor pack after 4 or 5 months. Yeah. Now guys, this is the car headlamp bulb, and oh, it's close. 4 volts, it glows at 12 volts for full illumination, but for little illumination 4 volts is just enough. Once again, yeah. Okay, so guys, the first step for the test is charging of the supercapacitor pack. So for that I'm going to use this adapter, minimum maximum from 9 volts to 24 volts. Now here is the label showing output DC 9 to 24 at 3 amps max. Link to buy this will be in the description. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, it has this type of output point, so I'm going to cut it off. Okay. Okay. Now comes the clips. Yeah, negative has been connected. Positive and negative. Okay. Turning on the supply, 9 volts DC. So I have to set it to 14 or 15 volts DC. Yeah, 14.8 is best. Now here is my capacitor bank. Now let's check the voltage using this new multimeter that I have. Yeah, I got this one from Banggood. Link to buy this will also be provided in the description. Okay. Black. As you can see, it is showing 14.6 volts exact. Here as you can see 14.7, but this one is more specific because it's of a multimeter. So the polarity is correct, no problem at all. Let's reverse it and see if it shows negative. Yeah, of course it shows negative, minus 14. So the polarity is confirmed. Black is for negative and red is for positive. Now guys, here as you can see on the capacitor pack, it is showing positive here, VCC, and ground here, indicating the negative. Okay, so connecting the positive like this. Now when I am going to connect the negative, due to large current flow from this supply, the voltage on the display will drop. At present 14.6, let's connect it. You can see it is 3.93 and increasing. Let's give it a time. So guys, here as you can see that the capacitor bank has been charged to 14.8 volts according to the meter of this power supply. Let's disconnect it and recheck the voltage with a more precise multimeter. So yeah, 14.66 volts. Perfect. Let's give this bulb a minor touch. Okay. Wow. So the first test which you have already seen is this bike starter motor, high current, 100 amps starting current. Okay. So guys, now comes the second most important test of this power inverter. It's 1500 watts and you can see DC input 12 volts and output of 220 to 240 volts, 50 hertz with two displays. Okay. So guys, now what I'm planning on doing is running this power inverter 1500 watts with this supercapacitor pack and then finally connecting this 350 watts drill machine to this inverter. So let's do the connections. So yeah, the wires have been connected. All I have to do is turn this on. Okay, so turning this on guys, watch these two screens. These will display the DC input and the AC output. Okay, let's start. At present 14.4 volts and 227 volts out AC. It is working. Now let's connect the drill machine. Okay, connecting it like this. Drill machine terminal has been connected. You can see no other wire has been given. I will put this like this. You can see it is connected only to the drill machine. Okay, now let's turn this on. So it has been turned on. Now let's switch it on and see if it runs. Okay, whoa, amazing capacitor pack and amazing power inverter, really nice. Let's drill some holes with this machine. And guys, link to buy this power inverter and this capacitor pack will be provided in the description, so check that out. Guys, this is the wooden piece I initially conducted the test. You can see the hole here. Now let's drill a hole over here and see if the battery can hold charge enough to drill the holes. Okay, so I'm going to try 3 holes. So let's turn this on again. Yeah, it has been turned on. Let's start. Okay, first one done. Second also done. Third one over here. Whoa, you see, it's working really nice. Okay, so guys, now comes the angle grinder test. You see, 220 volts, 50 hertz, 850 watts angle grinder. Okay, let's check that it is off. Yeah, this is on, this is off, so it is off. So let's connect the terminal of this angle grinder to this cord. So finally the grinder has been connected to the inverter. Let's turn it on and test if this inverter is powerful enough to handle 850 watts grinder. So turning it on. So it's turned on, and also I have not recharged it. It is still showing 12.4 volts after running the drill and also drilling with it. Okay, let's give it a go. Ready? Whoa, it's showing low voltage. Turning it off and restarting it. Yeah, 227 volts, 11.4 volts. The voltage has dropped a lot when I connected this grinder. Of course, the starting current was too high for the capacitor to provide. Once again, it has started beeping and the voltage has dropped from 11 to 10.6. Let's turn this off. Seems like for this test, to confirm if it can run an angle grinder, I will have to recharge this capacitor to 14.6 volts as before and then test if it can run this grinder. So let's do that. Okay, so guys, as you can see that the capacitor bank has been recharged again to 14.7. Let's give it a go one more time for angle grinder. Okay, so guys, the capacitor bank has been recharged. Let's turn the inverter on and recheck it. Ensuring on off. Yes, it is off. Turning it on. Yeah, 14.6 volts and 227 out. Let's turn this on and hope it works. Nope, the output current is not enough. Let's connect the terminals from this inverter directly to the points on the capacitor bank. Okay, so they have been connected directly to reduce the resistive losses of the wires. Let's retry it. Okay, this has been turned on. Go. Oh, you see, now it works. The loss was because of the wires connected, and directly it is handling that much load. Let's give it a go once again. Full potential. Also guys, this one is a 12 volts 500 farad supercapacitor pack, and instead of this one I have also ordered a bigger one, the 3000 farads 12 volts capacitor pack, which is going to be much more powerful, at least 6 times more powerful than this pack. So as soon as I'm going to get it, I'm going to make a video on that too, so stay connected guys. Now let's proceed to the third test of starting a car with this capacitor pack. So guys, this is a Hyundai Santro car, and as you can see here, the Aluminium Battery 12 volts has been used, and in place of this I'm going to replace it with the supercapacitor battery pack. So guys, as you can see that this terminal has been disconnected. So one terminal is connected and the other one is not connected, so it does not matters. All I'm going to do is remove this and connect the supercapacitor to this terminal and this terminal, and this will be open, which means that this battery won't be connected to this car and only the capacitor bank will be connected. So then it will be the proper test. Okay, so here is the capacitor bank. Keeping it like this, I will keep it like this. Yeah, it should not fall down. Let's start the car. Now guys, the first test was a fail. I'm going to recharge it and then reconnect it. It's not working. Now I'm going to show you the driver's seat display. Yeah, you see here, brake, battery and all, it has been connected. But when I am going to start it, then it is going to go away. You see? Yeah, and it is gone. Battery is not powerful enough to start a car, obviously.